It's Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, and I'm Dave Sobel. 4 things to know today. SMBs are pouring money into cybersecurity, but still missing basic readiness. ConnectWise Automate patches critical vulnerabilities, putting MSPs at risk. Amazon's AWS Outage reveals the cost of lost institutional knowledge. And vendors like Nerdio, SureWeb, and Blumera and Veeam are pushing new AI tools and partner updates to shape MSP operations. This is the business of tech. A recent study highlights a troubling paradox in the small and medium-sized business cybersecurity landscape. While spending on security solutions is set to surge, network detection and response is expected to grow by 118% and managed detection and response by 107%, readiness among these businesses remains critically low. The research from TechIsle reveals that 83% of small and medium-sized businesses do not conduct formal security awareness training, and 46% lack established protocols for responding to incidents. This operational gap is alarming, as the average financial loss from a security incident for these businesses stands at $1.6 million. The study emphasizes that technology alone cannot solve the underlying issues of process and expertise that leave many businesses vulnerable. Microsoft has issued a warning about the rise of opportunistic cyber criminals targeting large businesses, with more than half of cyber attacks now driven by extortion and ransomware. According to their 6th annual Digital Defense Report, attackers aim to steal data for financial gain in 80% of cyber incidents investigated last year, with at least 52% of those incidents motivated by financial reasons. The report highlights that critical public services, such as hospitals and local governments, are particularly vulnerable due to limited cybersecurity budgets and incident response capabilities. Meanwhile, nation-state actors are also evolving their tactics, with China increasing its espionage efforts and North Korea exploiting remote IT workers to generate revenue and conduct cyber attacks. Microsoft emphasizes the need for organizations to stay informed about the threats and collaborate with industry peers and governments to enhance their defenses. Why do we care? Well, here's the paradox. SMBs are throwing money at cybersecurity. MDR spending up 107%, NDR up 118%, but they're not getting safer. The bottomless money pit of security. TechIsle says 83% of small businesses don't even do security awareness training, and half don't have an incident response plan. It's not security, that's comfort. And Microsoft's new report backs it up. More than half of attacks are now financially driven. Ransomware, extortion, data theft, it's all about money. And the bad guys, they're going where the defenses are weakest. Small businesses and public services that have tools, but no plan. So here's what this means for MSPs. This is your opportunity. Clients are spending, they just need you to turn tools into readiness, build process, train people, run tabletop exercises. Because until you help them operationalize security, they're not secure. They're just buying products and hoping for the best. Cybersecurity is not about tools, it's about preparedness. And a simple, well-executed plan that is appropriate for the business is the real value. MSPs have got a win-win deal for you. Avik is running an offer right now. Spin up a trial of their network monitoring platform, and they'll send you a Ubiquity switch free straight to your door. Here's why it matters. Avik is cloud-based network monitoring trusted by over 80,000 MSPs and IT professionals. You deploy their collector, and in minutes, you'll map out an entire client network. You see live topology, traffic spikes, rogue devices sneaking in, and you even get automated config backups. That's the kind of visibility that saves you hours of troubleshooting and lets you impress clients with answers instead of excuses. And yeah, you're adding real gear to your stack at no cost. Catch? This incentive ends October 31st. So jump on it now at try.avik.com/Dave-switch. And as many managed service providers run ConnectWise Automate, ConnectWise has released a critical security update for its Automate platform to address vulnerabilities that could allow attackers to intercept sensitive data or inject malicious software updates. The identified flaws primarily affect on-premises installations, where misconfigurations may expose systems to network-based exploits. The vulnerabilities are classified as severe, with a base score of 9.6 for the first flaw, which involves the clear text transmission of sensitive information, and a score of 8.8 for the second flaw, which allows code downloads without integrity checks. Thousands of IT service providers using ConnectWise Automate are at risk, particularly those running versions prior to the latest 2025.9 update. Security experts emphasize the urgency for on-premises users to apply this patch manually, as the fix enforces secure communications and helps prevent. Why do we care? If you're running ConnectWise Automate on-prem, pause the podcast, stop what you're doing, and patch, like right now. Two major vulnerabilities, one letting attackers read sensitive data in clear text, another letting them inject code during updates. Both critical, both ugly, and both hit anyone not running the latest release. And here's the thing, it's not a maybe later update. Automate runs deep in your client's systems. If it's compromised, you're the attack vector. Again, RMMs are a big bullseye used by attackers. And it's another argument against hosting RMM tools yourself. Cloud versions get patched automatically. On-prem ones depend on you keeping up. If you're still maintaining an RMM server in your office or colo, ask yourself, is that risk really worth it anymore? If you don't handle it, you'll be explaining why you became their breach. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Amazon's outage yesterday. There are cliches around resilience or multi-cloud architectures and the like, or there are jokes about it always being DNS, which it was, and I made that one with friends. I do want to amplify an article in the Register entitled, quote, "Today is when Amazon brain drain finally caught up with AWS," end quote. Reports indicate that over 27,000 employees have been affected by layoffs at Amazon between 2022 and 2024, leading to a significant loss of institutional knowledge. Internal documents suggest that between 69 and 81% of employees regret leaving the company, highlighting the challenges associated with the return to office initiative. As a result, the remaining teams may struggle to effectively respond to incidents. Quoting the article, quote, "AWS is very, very good at infrastructure. You can tell this is a true statement by the fact that a single one of their 38 regions going down, albeit a very important region, causes this kind of attention as opposed to it being just another Monday outage. At AWS's scale, all of their issues are complex. This isn't going to be a simple issue that someone could have caught just because they're already hit similar issues years ago and ironed out the kinks in their resilience story. Once you reach a certain point of scale, there are no simple problems left. What's more concerning to me is the way it seems AWS has been flailing all day trying to run this one to ground. Suddenly, I'm reminded of something I had tried very hard to forget," end quote. And this, quote, "When that tribal knowledge departs, you're left having to reinvent an awful lot of in-house expertise that didn't want to participate in your RTO games or play layoff roulette yet again this cycle. This doesn't impact your service reliability until one day it very much does in spectacular fashion. I suspect that day is today," end quote. Why do we care? So, not dwelling on Amazon's outage. Yeah, it was DNS. We've all heard the jokes. What matters is why it took so long to fix. The Register nailed it. Amazon's been cutting people and pushing folks back to the office, and when you lose that much talent, you lose the tribal knowledge that keeps complex systems running. AWS isn't failing because they don't have redundancy. They're failing slower because the people who knew the weird edge cases, the why this switch shouldn't be touched folks, are gone. That's the real risk. So here's the lesson. Human capital is part of your infrastructure. If AWS can stumble because their experts left, so can you. Document your systems, cross-train your techs, test your failovers, and don't buy the marketing that says automation fixes everything. When things break, and they will, what matters is how fast you can respond. And that still depends on people who know how the system really works. I got a potpourri of product updates for you. Nerdio has introduced a new migration tool that streamlines the transition from Microsoft Azure Virtual Desktop to Windows 365, leveraging artificial intelligence to improve deployment efficiency. SureWeb is offering guidance on upcoming changes to Microsoft's Cloud Solution Provider program. Starting on October 1st, the program transitioned to the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program, introducing new compliance requirements and revenue thresholds for direct partners, while indirect partners will need to earn 25 Partner Capability Score points for incentives. To assist, SureWeb is launching a new consultation program called Accelerate Microsoft, providing one-on-one access to experts to help partners maximize their Microsoft partner benefits. Blumira, a security operations platform, has launched SOC Autofocus, an artificial intelligence-powered tool aimed at enhancing security investigation for IT teams and managed service providers. This new capability reduces alert fatigue and accelerates incident response by providing contextual intelligence and expert guidance. Exagrid announced the release of version 7.4.0, which introduces new features specifically designed for MSPs, utilizing their tiered backup storage solutions. This update allows managed service providers to efficiently manage multiple customers within a single Exagrid system, offering features such as dedicated shares for each customer, detailed data usage tracking for billing, and rapid backup and restore capabilities. Veeam Software has launched Veeam Data Cloud specifically for managed service providers. Key features include a unified software-as-a-service platform for multi-tenant environments, built-in security measures, and real-time dashboards for proactive management. WatchGuard Technologies announced the release of Endpoint Security Prime. This combines AI-powered endpoint detection and response with next-generation antivirus to enhance endpoint protection. It provides advanced malware detection, anti-exploit protection, and attack surface reduction. Endpoint Security Prime is available in North America through an early access program and will be globally available in early 2026. The pricing is positioned to be competitive with basic next-generation AV solutions. Why do we care? All right, a bunch of vendor updates today, but there's a story underneath. Nerdio just made it easier to move from Azure Virtual Desktop to Windows 365. Microsoft's clear signal that the future is cloud PC, not virtual desktop infrastructure. SureWeb sees what's coming too. Microsoft's AI Cloud Partner rules this month will add compliance and scoring hoops, so they're launching a coaching program to help partners in the game. Security vendors are on the AI bandwagon. Blumira's tool claims to cut alert fatigue. WatchGuard's new Endpoint Prime blends EDR and antivirus with some AI flair. Meanwhile, Exagrid and Veeam are leaning hard into MSP multi-tenancy and SaaS delivery, less local complexity, more managed services alignment. But here's the catch. Everyone's promising AI efficiency. The real test is whether it actually saves you hours or just adds another dashboard. So my advice, audit your stack. Focus on workflow impact, not features. Get ahead of Microsoft's partner rule changes. And when vendors say AI, ask, how does it make my techs faster or my clients safer? Because that's where the value is. When chaos hits, will your system survive? Comet Backup's full image backups protect your entire system, files, apps, settings, and even the OS in one powerful automated backup. Comet is easy to deploy and bandwidth efficient. Full system backups for Windows, for Linux, for servers, for endpoints, all in one centralized platform. Whether you get hit with ransomware, hardware failure, or accidental deletion, Comet restores your system to physical, VM, or the cloud. Short on time? Restore individual files or folders to access critical data within moments. Try Comet Backup today. Reliable, secure, and made to scale. Visit cometbackup.com to protect what matters most. Get $100 free credit when you sign up with the promo code MSP Radio. Comet Backup. Backup fast. Restore easy. Thanks for listening. It's National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day and National Reptile Day. It's also Back to the Future Day, as Marty and Doc went to October 21st, 2015 in Part 2. Want more from the Business of Tech? Join Business of Tech Plus for ad-free episodes, early interviews, extended cuts, subscriber-only shows, and exclusive member perks and analysis. Sign up at businessof.tech/plus. And follow this show in your podcast app, and if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a story. Reviews and comments help spread the word too. Interested in advertising? Head to mspradio.com/engage. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next episode.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.